Right, Sam and Gareth, if you're actually watching this, I suggest you actually get hold of me now, because I want to know where the fuck my kids have gone. It's a little bit far-fetched. 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, I get a fucking phone call. Well, she gets a phone call and she tells me the kids have gone because concerns with the foster carers. Well, what concerns are they? It could be minor, it could be serious or what. There hasn't been any concerns at all, really. I haven't had any concerns with Gareth or Sam being the foster carers. They've been done all right, I suppose. A few things what I don't like, but there's nothing to moan about, considering the last foster carers were fucking arseholes and God knows what they did with my kids. So, after I ain't been on for a week, I'm supposed to be taking the videos down because this is what my probation wants me to do. But I can't do that. So I was going to consider doing it. But no, just more fucking shit. So basically, they've stopped me from seeing the children for over a week because they want a risk assessment. Apparently I'm going to inject a social worker with AIDS. Fucking do more than that by the time I fucking finish with them. So, they've stopped it for a week, so I haven't seen the kids for a week. So I'm all over the place. And then, all of a sudden, I got told by my solicitor, obviously social services only can stop you from seeing your kids for 7 days, and it has to go to a court hearing. Well, the 7 days was up on the Friday. So, that's up on the Friday, and then I find out later on that Friday that apparently their legal team, Warwickshire Social Services, have to do their risk assessment by Monday. But what they've done is, anybody that knows I've got autism, right, is they've done about 10-hour sessions. So they've done 2 hours on the Friday, 2 hours on the Monday, 2 hours on the Tuesday, 2 hours on the Thursday. All different times. That makes me all over the place. But I've been asking for this risk assessment for a whole fucking year because I haven't even done fuck all. I ain't been out in the public with the kids. I only have to go to one place, one meal, and I have to go to Bedford Park because I don't see my other kids. So I can put two pictures together to make it look real. But no, of course, social services tell my partner, oh, you can go out for a meal, but don't tell Joss, whatever you do. Fucking cunts for doing that, ain't they? But now, at 8:30 last night, I got a fucking phone call. The social worker, there's another new social worker because another one's gone. I think that's like the 18th social worker I've had in a year. Not allowed. Well, we're not allowed. Basically, the kids have been moved. Where are they? Where have they moved to? Now, the big thing is, on Wednesday, this is where it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'll be going to Walsgrave Hospital. Obviously, this is where I'll get my Hep C test results. Now, well, actually, I've already got my results, but I'm going to be given the medication, right, to be prescribed, well, to have, because apparently I've got Hep C. But on Wednesday, you will see the outcome of what's going to happen. Obviously, I'll be very fucking rich by the time I finish with the NHS anyway. But yeah, I've spent a long time going hospital to hospital. I said I got raped at the fucking arse. No one would blood test me. Well, that was Coventry, Walsgrave Hospital, Leicester Infirmary Hospital, Glenfield Hospital and Birmingham Hospital. There must be something on my record. And then I said I've bit someone's ear off and I've had contaminated blood in my mouth. Still didn't test me. And then I also said I stabbed myself with a dirty needle of heroin in it. No, still didn't. Finally, I have no idea. I did have some bloods done, and obviously that's thank you to George Eliot Hospital. I don't know it's because of the way I am, but yeah, I just went in there and went for it. But I did forget I had a jerry can in my hand, so they might have done my bloods because I was a bit scared. But it is a bit weird. Obviously, medical records are still restricted. Now the problem is what I've got now is I don't know where my fucking kids are. Are they in hospital or what? Now yesterday I seen them on the video. Obviously, Khaleesi, she's the one with the symbol on her head. Now, her eyes are watering. She didn't look too well. She'd eaten that fine, but I still haven't got no facts to say that she hasn't got the Hep C virus, or she hasn't got some kind of disease or something. I don't know. So that's the most important thing, really, out of all this, is to make sure I've got the full medical, no missing bits, so I know that she ain't gonna need a liver transplant or something. Because if it is Hep C virus, it will turn into cirrhosis of the liver, and she will need a liver transplant before she's fucking 5. I'll tell you what, I'll be decapitating fucking social. I'm nicking their livers if I have to. But I don't even know what to do. Now, you got Gareth and you got Sam Ethel, or Ethel, what her name is. Right. I know you live in Barwell area, Barwell Hinckley. Obviously, I haven't been out. It shouldn't be hard to obviously come and have a look for you. But it'd be nice if someone could actually just get in contact with me. I only want to speak to you. don't really give a shit about what concerns social I got. They have concerns fucking for everything anyway. But I just want to know what's going on. Obviously, Gareth, he was all right when he first spoke to me, but I haven't spoken to you for about 3 months. But I don't want to be going around looking for you. I can't be asked to come and find you. So if you can just literally contact me through Facebook, I'll come meet up with you and I'll speak to you. Fuck what the socials say. Then my kids no longer live with you now, so I can ask you a couple of questions of where they've gone. Because my main concern is Khaleesi in hospital? Because she wasn't treated for the Hep C. She wasn't bleached or anything with that drug called it's CEPTIME or something like that. Some kind of fucking drug. It treats gonorrhea anyway. I know the rest of the dirty horrible diseases, mostly what the dirty smackheads fucking have. So, I don't know what to do at the minute. I'm all over the place. Apart from my fucking spent on the weekend, fucking all over the place, felt like I had a fucking heart attack. I don't know what's going to happen with me, to be honest with you. But probation's helping me out with everything. But therapy, mental health, it's all right talking to these people, but it doesn't change the fact what sticks in my fucking head up here. You see? Up here, I want to know how many fucking men did it. I want to know how many fucking times. I want to fucking chop their dicks off. Because it will never go away. It's always in my head. The screams are always in my head. My kids must have been screaming for help. And after spending the whole fucking week in a swamp, you don't hear one scream and you find out your kids don't even live at that fucking foster address anyway, it scares the living daylights out of you. Now, I've experienced 12 years of social services, I have. They've all been arseholes, I suppose, and they've all got different ways. This is just beyond a joke. I can't even literally, the police saying they can't do anything at this minute on time, because what I need to contact social. Last time I did that, social took photos, different photos of what I took to the bruising and all the marks, and then the police contact social tell the police what they want to hear, and then that's it. No welfare checks are done. So yeah, be aware, everybody who's got children in foster care, make sure you take extra care of checking that medical record, and any marks, just call 999. That's all you fucking do. Fuck the social. They can't even safeguard their fucking selves, their own fucking kid. And then what they want to do, me, a risk assessment. These risk assessments, what they do, they are very basic, really. It's just so you don't, let your kids run in the middle of the road and get run over. You ain't going to kick up and beat somebody up. But apparently, right, for me, I had a fight on my drive. Because what they did a police disclosure. On this police disclosure, the police actually come around my house on the 7th of December to make sure I'm all right. I had a breakdown. I chucked all my shit out on the drive. Just had a fucking knock, so I smashed me flat out. But apparently I was arguing with another male, and another male walked off limping, apparently. And I thought, well, that's not right. I've got 7 cameras on my fucking property and they're all recording. It all goes to my phone. I went fight with no male. But they didn't know. I was on probation and I've just come off fucking tag. So they didn't do it illegal police disclosure. So what we've got now is the new social worker. And the new social worker, that is, what's her name now? Sharon it is. Sharon some other. Obviously I've had a few arguments with her at the beginning, because obviously the marks. But now obviously I think I've been spoken to like a retard now, asking if everything, I've been nice in general. But how can I sit there and take a risk assessment? Because the funniest thing is, it was only 2 weeks ago, my daughter was playing with a Freddy Krueger Action Man doll. What the fuck? And that's in a contact centre. A contact centre has Freddy Krueger dolls. They can't safeguard fuck all in this world. And then they want to tell me about how to safeguard a child. I've actually got the tests and things, what they actually do to even get that fucking job. And I'm going to print them all out, and social services are going to get tested, and I'll see how much they know about safeguarding, because they're thick as 2 short planks down here. You go up to Birmingham and go speak to the security guards at Aston House. Even they know straight away what the protocols are about to safeguard, and it doesn't matter any sign, even when it's just, you're not sure, don't be afraid to ask for an STI test, because it's protocol. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone gets checked out. But next week is the best one. That's when we're at Walsgrave. I don't even know. Do I call the police or what I'm going to be doing? I'm not going to put the results on just yet, because I've got to wait till Wednesday. Because at the minute, my children have gone missing. So I don't know why. Maybe Khaleesi's got a little bit more ill. And now we're going to try and cover that one up. And now the social services cover it up. Let's get some MMR jabs and let's fucking jab them up to death. That's how they fucking deal with it. To be honest with you, I'm just killing my kids. But my daughter's very autistic. So if Gareth and Sam can actually come forward and come and speak to me, I'd appreciate that. Problem is she hasn't seen me for a week. Now, she will end up getting lost. She'll become a lost soul, and she'll just do what autistic people do. Social services haven't noticed any signs. Well, no, because they're more interested in covering up their fucking dirty shit what they fucking cause than actually concentrating on the well-being of the children. So I'm actually very worried for Khaleesi at the minute. Obviously Kalani, she's still young. She just bounces off the walls everywhere, so she'd be alright. But Khaleesi, no, she's very emotional. She'd be very lost and she'd be very upset. Now I do know that she does always go on about Sammy. So she obviously does care about Sammy, but then now Sammy's not there. And I haven't seen her for a week, so it concerns the fuck out of me. I spent all night driving around trying to do bits and bobs and trying to find out where they are and going on the it's awkward. But all I want to know is make sure they're safe and sound. But I'm pretty much sure if I've been to another foster carer could bring you off without a number. Police could go around, just do a welfare check and just let you know that your children are okay. I can't explain how it feels. It's not even know where your kids are, but then they've been fucking beaten and they've been sexually abused. And you just watch marks and marks for months, 6 months solid, every week on 2 contacts a week I watched. All I ever go on about just took over my life. I've lost 2.5 stone. It's because I do not look after myself. I just spend every day trying to get answers, trying to get justice. Because the thing is, I wouldn't even know what to do if one of them actually died. You just become lost in this world. For me, I couldn't give 2 fucks now about anything. I just do not care. I can understand now why some fucking people, what they do, they go to some extreme and they fucking kill the nonce that abuse their children, or they kill other people that have killed their child, because you become numb inside. And to be honest with you, to have hospitals and doctors and social services and police all involved, and they're all covering up the same shit, is absolutely fucking crazy. So I have no idea what to do in this world. I've been to Birmingham Police. They don't even want to touch this fucking case. Leicestershire Police don't even want to touch this goddamn case either. West Midlands up in Coventry don't even want to touch this case. You speak about the ant symbol, they go all weird and sketchy and shut me down. Obviously, there's a lot more to all of this than what meets the eye. I do know it is quite common. They do cover up this sort of shit when they do abuse children. But we don't actually normally see that, you see. It's normally covered up, so they normally say if a child gets adopted, then they will treat that child. But this time I've had front row seats of it. But if anyone knows their whereabouts, or anybody knows where Sam or Gareth is, just get hold of me. You won't get in trouble or nothing. Obviously, I've already spoke to 2 police officers already. They've said to me that I can knock on the door and obviously speak to them anyway, because my kids are not living there. And I don't pose no fucking risk. Social might think I pose a risk. Well, I'm going to pose a risk to them, aren't I? They fucking think child abuse is goddamn normal. You see, it's different for them sort of people. I know police and that, they have training and things like that with these things. See, I'd be good at doing that job. But if it's your own kids, it's fucking damn well hard. See, I could talk about it with other children and things like that and study things, but because you love your own children, it's hard. It's all right for probation to turn around and say, well, they can shut their emotions off. But if it's your own daughter or your own son, you can't just switch that emotion off. It doesn't go off. So what the fucking hell are you supposed to do? And once again, yeah, I'm still on my fucking own doing all this shit. But the mad thing is the part what I can't work out. It's there right at the beginning of that year. Everything was absolutely fine. There was a working agreement put in place by social services that if anything happens, or say my partner goes ill or into hospital, I'm to have the children, because I had my daughter, my eldest daughter was 2. I had her for nearly a year in my full custody. Now, obviously I gave the child back to the mother, but then all of a sudden, at no cost, I can't have the children, and obviously the mum's really ill. But she's ill, and she falls ill with C. diff. I don't understand the C. diff. That's a gut infection, that is. Now, normally old people get that infection. Old people are real vulnerable people. Now, C. diff you can actually get it by taking too many antibiotics. Now, if you take too many antibiotics, right, you'll get something called C. diff in the gut. And then that will turn into cirrhosis of the liver very quickly. Now, everybody thinks cirrhosis of the liver, alcohol, Hep C. I don't know if people know what hepatitis C and that is. You can get hepatitis C if you're a hell of a drinker. So you've been drinking 30, 40 years. Then you can also get hepatitis C for sexually transmitted diseases and things like that. But yeah, C. diff will cause hepatitis C. But we don't really speak about that very much, do we? Now, let's just say if that did happen, and she managed to get cirrhosis of the liver. Obviously, I'm not going to go into detail, because obviously I'm talking about, obviously, my partner. But yeah, if she did have cirrhosis of the liver, but lucky enough she hasn't got cirrhosis of the liver, she's got a healthy liver, and I've got a healthy liver. Now, a child with C. diff, or a child was born when the mum's got hepatitis C, they have the extra boosters. So they have the MMR jabs, the extra boosters. Now, the thing is that hepatitis C virus can come active any time between birth and basically 2 years old. Now, my daughter was actually in that hospital at 17 months old. So she basically got treated with that other antibiotic. Now, in a family court and in the family court and the criminal court, two different courts. I don't even know why we have a family court. You could turn around and fucking say rape, murder, anything you want in there. You don't even get arrested. So in the family court, what they'll do is they'll end up getting an independent doctor. Now, I'll go to the Walsgrave Hospital tomorrow. Well, I'll be on Wednesday. I take the Hep C medication. Don't forget, my blood has been everywhere. Been to Manchester. My daughter's blood's been to Manchester as well. So I take that medication, and that's me basically saying, yeah, I've got Hep C. But it doesn't matter if you've got it or not, because it's nothing. It's not a crime or any crime of century. It depends what's been tampered with within the NHS record. I can't see much of my record anyway, unfortunately. So what we do is we go into a family court to get independent. Now, what they could turn around and say is, right, Dad's clearly got hepatitis C, yeah? He could have got that any time in his life. Passed it on to Mum. Mum didn't know, but then Mum gave birth. Now, well, they didn't detect hepatitis C when the child was born because it might have been too early. Maybe the partner, maybe I got it beforehand. And in the court, in the family courts, that is the most perfect and the best cover-up of sexual child abuse I've ever seen. Because that's how it would look. It would look like I've passed it to Mum, Mum's gave birth, and then that's it. And then the people who have raped and abused them children walk free to go and pounce on the next child. So that's why we need to be very careful and make sure you've got the patient access app on your phones, and you've also got an NHS app. I haven't managed to do mine. I've done mine, both of them. But you can actually get your children's added on. So you will always make sure you keep an eye on your medical record and your children's medical record. Don't trust anybody you see in the NHS system, because you don't know who's fucking bent. You don't even know who's a paedophile nowadays. You know what I mean? It's just mad. I walked into the hospital the other day. I'm looking at the nurses. I'm thinking, do all these in it or what? Are you fucking bent? We don't even know anymore. It's a sick fucking world out there. People what know the truth know how fucking sick and dark it is out here. Because I fucking do. I look at this place as another world. I don't even want to live in it anymore. End of the day, sexual child abuse is it's more common than local football. And it's sick that your doctor or your solicitor or the police, that they go onto the market and they buy these fucking children to play with them for sex. And social services get paid to fucking do the unlawful adoptions and get bonuses for these people to do it, to put them on the market sort of thing. It's just fucking bonkers. But because the thing, you got the police, they only can do so much. NHS can only do so much. You got all these different organisations, but they all can't step onto each other's patches. So what do? You can all try and move forward. It's all right for professionals. If it ain't their own kids, then it's all right. They just move on. They deal with it all the time. But people like me, I'm never going to get over it. Never in a million years. This is on my kids on the record for life. And then if anything ever happens to Khaleesi, and where she could have problems with her liver or kidneys throughout her life, or she might not be able to give me grandkids, and I'm going to be fucking pissed off. And social services, God almighty, ain't you fucking bored of spending thousands of pounds on me? Go and buy some new toys for children to play with at the contact centre instead of second-hand, broken Freddy Krueger toys. What fucking 1-year-old and 2-year-old wants to play with a doll like that? There's another thing in that contact centre. Hillary Road Children's Centre, that is in Nuneaton. Broken football table, all fell to fucking pieces. Dangerous. God, I fucking go in bins and I get better fucking toys. I actually go in bins. I make a good fucking living going in bins. And I'll tell you what, I have said to Hillary Road, I'll donate £100 fucking to them, and I'll bring you a skipload of fucking toys. See, mine come with batteries. Theirs don't. No one can be asked to even go and buy stuff from a charity shop. It's mental. And it's a scabby old shitty place. Got fucking mouldy food down the fucking side of the seats. Fucking COVID-19 protection there, innit? But that's all I can say today. I will try and hopefully if Gareth or Samantha Iffle, her name is. But I think she's got blonde hair, so if anyone can just somehow just get hold of her. They might have seen my videos, I'm hoping they have. I don't know. But if they don't, you see, these foster carers do not know everything what I'm saying, because they can't. It can scare foster carers off, can't it? So they might have pulled out, you see, and don't want to look after the children. If they have done that, then I'm not too fussed, because I have been trying to get in contact with you for 3 to 4 months to tell you that my daughter might have Hep C, and this one's been treated for this, because social services come around and lie to you all the time. But please, to all people out there, Don't be so thick and goddamn gullible. We have internet nowadays. Do your research. Do your homework. The amount of fucking fake things what goes on. Social services. Yes. This is a new one. We've got a catch up with carers meeting. There's no such fucking thing. Where the fuck's that come from? And social services coming around to ask you if you've got any STIs. Do you know what my response was at? Are you still a virgin? When was the last time you had sex? Fuck off. Don't go around asking people that. It's private. Have you got any STIs? Well, as if they said that. See, social services think they can do what they want, but after 5 o'clock they can't. You're no longer a social worker, then, are you? Bloody asking people that sort of crap. I've met some social workers. I've met really nice ones. Unfortunately, all the nice ones what I've had to help me out all keep going. Because my last video, I had a social worker and she was actually all right. She only lasted a week. She's gone again. And now I've got the other one in front of me now. She's a little bit more hardcore. So, obviously, just keep listening, keep following the stories. We're getting a little bit closer. Hopefully, all this will get resolved. But I still need everyone's support and I still need everybody's help. So, if anybody knows Sam or Gareth, please just get hold of me again. If any foster carers what might even know me, then obviously could get in contact with me. It's not exactly difficult. Don't forget you've got laws. Obviously, you can do certain things. You won't get arrested. Social services make up their own laws, so I make up my laws too. So, yeah, I'm currently classed as a risk. I'm going to inject all the social workers with AIDS. Well, fucking hell. You know what? I should go and kidnap them all and go and shove them all down hill fields. I'd fucking learn a load down there, wouldn't they? Fuck me. We're absolutely fucking stupid people. I think I'll educate the social services on what safeguarding is, because this is what you have to make a complaint. So if your children, like say my children, had handprint marks, bruises on them, smelly vaginas, they're really ill, had coughs, literally dilated, obviously holes were dilated and things, had all these, right? Then we make a complaint to Warwickshire County Council. Have you ever heard so much fucking bullshit in your life? So, the most common one of child abuse would be what? Fag burns, right? So if a child's covered in fag burns, you get writing a letter and say, look, I want to make a complaint that this child's been burnt with fags and beaten. I've never heard so much bollocks in my life. And we're supposed to have a safeguarding system put in place to prevent this. We're not preventing it. It's getting worse in the UK. We're getting like America. Tell you what the good site is for people to actually go and have a look at. NSPCC. They know everything. They know about all the cover-ups. They know everything what's common about symbols. Because you got the sick thing, which is rituals. Dirty-ass fucking rituals. They are wrong, they are. Because we've got different... Obviously, you got Catholic... You got Christianity in this country. But there's dark parts of the Christianity thing, isn't they? And you got witchcraft. You know, there's... I believe... I didn't even know this. There's some kind of... It's like a voodoo doll witchcraft thing. Some foster carers, when they've had a child that's died in their life, so it's their own daughter or own son, they actually beat and neglect and hurt their foster child before they see their real parents. And that's like a witchcraft voodoo doll, is to actually try and bring the dead child back to life. Well, fucked up bullshit is that in the UK what goes on. But we ain't dealing with that symbol at the minute. We're dealing with the Ankh symbol. The symbol of life, before and after life, and fertility. Makes me want to fucking puke saying that. Because that's on my 2-year-old daughter's fucking head. But no one wants to tell me the truth of what it's all about. Not even priests want to tell me the truth of what it's about. It's very fucking weird. So I've got to go deeper into this fucking network to fucking find out what the hell it is. Because I would love to fucking meet these fucking arsehole people. And yeah, put my classical music on and I'll chop their fucking penises off and I'll put them in pickle jars. And I'll have pickle jars everywhere with their fucking dicks in it. Because I think really if we did that, maybe they would stop abusing fucking children. They're just innocent fucking kids. Why don't you come and try and fucking sexually abuse me? Try it. The last person that tried pulling my boxes off, he got booted in the face and that was a copper. Fucking arsehole he was. I had to pay him compensation as well. Fucking twat. But yeah, that'll do for now. Obviously, if I have any more updates later on, I'll go back on Facebook. But yeah, please, obviously, any information, any updates, anything, just inbox me or message me or just post something. Cheers.